Hey everyone, and welcome to this brand new video featuring all that's new on the OC Streetcar for the month of November, here on Tiger Railfan. Let's take a look at the route today. We're only going to be taking a look at the downtown Santa Ana portion today, starting at the downtown Sycamore station, heading east towards Santa Ana. So this video is just going to be a glimpse at the downtown stations for the construction update in November. So we're currently on Santa Ana Boulevard, facing the Sycamore Street station. We can see that there's a nice bike lane on this one-way street, and the station actually separates the bike lane from traffic, which is a really safe feature protecting bicyclists. Looking at the station design though, there's really not anything immediately new that we see here. The stations are in a similar state, but there has been some new things that have happened recently. Just a couple days ago, the OC Streetcar made its first self-powered test run throughout the OC Streetcar system, marking another testing milestone for the OC Streetcar. Now it's only a matter of time before we see those gates opened along the stations, so that way streetcars can run unobstructed throughout the entire system for safety testing. But back to the current station again, there is only one entrance on the far side of the station, which I'm typically opposed of, but this station is only located directly in front of the old Orange County Courthouse, and due to the close proximity of stops, it's most likely okay, and most pedestrian traffic coming into the station is going to come from that entrance anyways. But let's now head on to the next stop here at French Street Station. Here we can see there are a lot of transit-oriented development structures around here, including apartment structures on both sides of the street. It's also worth noting that bicyclists going the opposite direction of traffic can't use the street at all. They have to ride with traffic in another street. I really hope they just made a wider bike lane that could fit both directions of travel. I feel like that would be more convenient, but I'm curious to see how many people are actually going to use the bike lanes. Maybe it wouldn't be worth it, but one thing I really am missing right here is a crosswalk right across from this station entrance to the entrance of the Garden Court Apartments. That would make it significantly more convenient for so many people, and that's certainly a point where people are going to be encouraged to jaywalk. But here we are at the French Street Station, which has a very similar station design as Sycamore Street, which is another singular side platform with the same two benches and the new rules of the streetcar posted on those stickers, with the sixth one located below. That's been new since last time. It showcases a red X mark over a radio, something that I really think should be enforced more on LA Metro in particular. But here we are now at the intersection of Santa Ana and French Street. We can see the right-of-way continues to curve towards the left, and it's going to meet the other direction of OC Streetcar traffic, the eastbound. For reference, we're currently on the line that is heading west towards Garden Grove. All streetcars at these two stations are going to be heading west. To go east towards downtown Santa Ana, it may be worth walking at this point, but you are able to go down south 2 blocks in order to get to the eastbound station platforms. We can see the junction where the two lines combine together up here, and it's going to be in a nice little park area as well. I do love the greenery here in downtown Santa Ana. They've done a great job at landscaping and ensuring the place isn't a concrete jungle, similar to what Los Angeles is like. They also have been implementing significant new pedestrian safety measures, including these new hawk intersections, which turn red like a red light in order to safely allow pedestrians to cross. It also smartly uses bike lanes as a method for them to cross as well, using the hawk intersection. Here we can see the eastbound OC Streetcar track coming in towards the westbound track. And now from here until the downtown Santa Ana Metrolink station, the two lines, or tracks rather, will run right next to each other. There's also a junction over here for streetcars to switch tracks, should there be any construction work on one of the singular track right-of-ways. But now let's head towards the next stop, which is going to be located at the Lacy Street Station. This is the last streetcar stop before we reach the Santa Ana Metrolink station. This station has two side platforms with one before and one after the intersection of Santa Ana Boulevard and Lacy Street. We have the eastbound platform first, here just under those trees. It looks like essentially the same streetcar station that we were looking at previously, so I'm not going to waste your guys' time, and let's move on towards the next part of the station. This is a pretty smart design as it really compromises with residents as well, allowing parking throughout the street, just on different sides of the street here. I also think it's interesting how the streetcar tracks share vehicular traffic essentially everywhere along the route. I feel like there are sections, especially here on sections of Santa Ana Boulevard, that could have the streetcar on its own set of tracks with one lane on each side dedicated to road traffic. Similar to what you would see around the Highland Park area on LA Metro, which has a 2-lane road in each direction with one lane taken out on each way for a dedicated light rail track. Although nowadays that might be really difficult to do. But here is the westbound platform heading towards Garden Grove. It is essentially the same platform as well, but we do have the Lacy Street signage just there. And I'm really curious to see how good those ceiling roof type panels do in different elements of the weather. I know certainly in the sun here it's really not making much use, and those trees are doing much better. And when it rains, I'm sure it's not going to help either, so it might just be there for design if I'm being honest. But at least this station does have a nice big ramp on the right hand side, in addition to another hawk intersection for safe pedestrian crossings. But now let's head towards the final stop of today's short construction update here at the Santa Ana Amtrak station. We're currently walking down Santa Ana Boulevard still, with both of the tracks in their same respective lanes. We have some commercial properties on the right hand side which don't appear to be occupied or used that much. And on the left hand side are more residential areas with apartments and things of that nature. I do love the palm trees that line the sidewalk here, and I'm pretty sure that the transit-oriented development here is meant for the Metrolink and Amtrak station, not for the OC streetcar, but I'm sure the residents here are going to benefit quite a bit from it with increased public transit options, especially for those heading to work in the Garden Grove area. This station is probably going to be one of the highest ridership stations along the route because of the connections to Metrolink and Amtrak, in addition to several bus routes, including Route 862, the shuttle that the OC streetcar is likely to replace, that just went by. Let's go ahead and cross the street to get a closer look at the station to see if anything's changed here at the terminal. It is worth noting that once past Santa Ana Boulevard here, the track does go on its own right-of-way just briefly to enter the station. This makes it so the streetcars can dwell at the Santa Ana station without blocking car traffic. Let's go ahead and take a closer look. Here we are able to walk across the actual streetcar tracks too, which is pretty nice. And there is a railroad crossing here, just kind of here randomly. This is most likely for pedestrians only for this dedicated crossing. Unfortunately, now that we're here, the signals are not on, and the streetcar stop looks to be the exact same. Even the gaps between the junction just before the station still has those gaps in the floor of the track bed. I do hope to see some greenery around the track bed as well, as that would really make the area pop and look nice, adding a lot to the downtown Santa Ana area. And they've already done a great job at that, especially in the new parking lot as well. They've done a great job with the ratio of trees, and in general, it's a great parking lot that I hope they don't dedicate to the OC streetcar, because I doubt that many people are going to be parking and riding the streetcar, especially around the slower parts of the line here in downtown. It's worth noting that the overhead catenary is still folded as well, so powered test trains are not able to reach this area of the station. Although it is worth noting that this video was filmed towards the earlier portions of November. So stay tuned for the December update, which is going to be coming out later this month. Another bus route here, the Route 59, just passed by, which runs north and south, towards Anaheim and Irvine. You can also see the 83 just across the street, which runs express to Laguna and northwest towards Disneyland and Fullerton. Plenty of options here in terms of bus connections. But I do hope you've enjoyed today's brief construction update of the OC Streetcar. Don't worry, as next month is going to be the usual comprehensive update that you've seen. But for November, we're just taking a quick snapshot at what we can see. And there goes the OC Bus Rapid 560, which is the only OC Rapid service to stop at this station. But with that, here's a mini compilation of buses as we reach the end of the construction update. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to send a like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and have an amazing rest of your day or night.